then you should gravitate to what? Following the laws. That's within the Most High's Bible, right? What's that say? That's it. Read that.
Proverbs 16:6. By mercy and truth, iniquity is purged.
So number one, you got to understand the truth about the Bible, right? You got to understand that the so-called blacks and Hispanics is the Lord's chosen people. You have to understand that the Lord wants us to follow the commandments, right? Us to be like the heathens and the nation us in society. Once you understand that, you got to understand that you have to follow the law. And the thing is, you have to be truthful to yourself as far whether or not you really believe in the Lord. If you believe in the Lord, then guess what? You're going to follow His commandments. And the thing is, you have to resist everything that society has taught you. And then the thing is, you have to be truthful to the Lord about what it is that you have done, and you have to apologize to the Lord. And then in that case, once you understand the truth about the Lord, right? Read on.
And by the fear of the Lord, men depart from evil.
So then the thing, once you admit that you're wrong to the Most High, and then you start respecting the Lord's commandments, like, you know what, I ain't even going to do this. God said not to do that, and I see that if I did that, that would mess me up in life, because I'm going to do this, this, and this. But if I did this, it's going to mess up my kids. If I did this, it's going to mess up me. I may get killed. If you look at it from that perspective, like, nah, I'm going to respect what God said. If you take it from that note right there, then guess what? You're going to depart from evil, because you're trying not to what? Disobey the Lord. Because if you disobey God, best believe that He's going to see you. See, the thing is, the reason why most people get shot, killed, stabbed, raped, whatever you want to call it, is because they're not within, like the brother had brought out early, under the bush, under the hedge that the Most High puts us under if you're following Him. See, if you revere, respect Him, you ain't going to do nothing to disrespect Him. And in that case, He's going to what? He's going to get John 14:21. In that case, He's going to what? He's going to look out for this. And I'm about to prove that to you right here. And then, so if you really love God, you would follow and listen to what He has to say to you, because God, like a father, He's trying to look out for us. Like God, He sees the past, the present, and the future. So if He's seeing the past, the present, and the future, right, He knows what we're going to do, right? So He knows what we're going to do, right? And He knows that if we make this decision, that tomorrow is going to affect us like this. Why shouldn't we listen to God? Because He can see what we can't see. Here's what you got.
John 14:21.
That's right.
Ye that have my commandments and keepeth them, ye it is that loveth me.
So Christ said, he that have my commandments and keepeth them, he loves me. Because guess what? Look, don't do this, and if this happens, don't do that. Because it's a benefit our black behinds. Like a lot of our people, they afraid of responsibility. They're afraid of growing up. When you grow up and you start accepting reality, you start to analyze what it is that you're doing and how it affects people that surround you and how your surroundings affect you. So you don't want to get caught up. You don't want to be walking down the street and get shot. You don't want to deal with this. You don't want to deal with that. You just want to, once you go through so much hell, you're like, man, I'm tired. Our people still ain't tired of getting beat on and oppressed. But see, the thing is, once you snap out of that and gravitate to the commandments of the Lord, right? Then you start loving the Lord, and in turn you start realizing that the Lord is teaching you how to love yourself. Read on.
And he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father.
So it said, he that loves me, that keep my commandments, God gonna love you back too. Because guess what? God trying to look out for our black behinds. And if you realize that, guess what? By showing love to God first, because that's what we gotta do, because the Lord created us to do that first. Then in turn, the Lord shows love back to us. Right? Read on.
And I will love him and will manifest myself to him.
So once you follow the Lord's commandments and show love to the Lord in turn gonna show love to you back, and Christ, and he's gonna love you. Christ's gonna love you also, and then that's when what? The Spirit of Christ is gonna manifest Himself unto you. The reason why Christ ain't manifest Himself unto our people, because we ain't following the Lord's commandments. That's the reason. And then in the commandments, it teaches us how to take care of our kids. Like, who wouldn't want to take care of their kids? Who wouldn't want to teach their children how to be a better child so that they don't be acting crazy? Who wouldn't want to do that? Who wouldn't want to learn how to be more of a man so that they could deal with matters more wisely and more socially, and that's better and more beneficial? Who wouldn't want to learn that? But the commandments of the Most High teaches us all those things. Our people just have not heard that. So let me tell you one thing, and then I'm going to cut. Romans 12:1. This is what we got to do. And it starts all upstairs. It starts upstairs. It starts upstairs. See, the thing is, realizing what it is that's being brought out, you have to change your ways and change the way you think. Because the cigarette smoker, smoking cigarettes is linked to certain actions. And certain actions is linked to certain thoughts. So once you attack them thoughts, then you can prevent yourself from acting off of that thought. Romans 12:1.
Romans 12:1. Now concerning spiritual gift, brethren, I would not have you...
So the thing is, what we got to do is, we have to what? We have to start at the mind, right? When you start at the mind, you hit it at the core, right? Because it starts with a thought popping in our head, and we want to act off it, right? So the thing is, you put the commandments of the Lord in your mind. When that thought come up, you're like, nah, the Lord told me not to do that, because this, then the third gonna happen, right? Read what you got.
I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God.
So Paul is saying, listen, I'm urging you, and I'm trying to tell you what's necessary to get God's mercy. You hear what I said? He said, listen, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God. Right? He's letting you know, listen, I'm trying to tell y'all what's necessary to get God's mercy. Y'all better listen up. Read on.
That you present your body a living sacrifice.
And he said, as that we present your body as a living sacrifice. You have to make sacrifices within your mind first before you can do it in your actions. If you want to make a sacrifice on when you're going to pay your bills, when you got to think about it first. Like, nah, I'm not going to pay that bill, I'm going to do this, and a third, before you actually do it, right? Same thing in certain actions. You got to make a sacrifice of doing wickedness, or what the things that God don't like, to do the things that God do like, right? Read on.
Holy, acceptable unto God.
Right, so once you start doing that, you become holy and acceptable, because God knows we got flaws. That's what we got grace for. We're supposed to follow the law, and then boom, the grace covers that. Read on.
Which is your reasonable service.
Which is our reasonable service. And it's reasonable because the Lord understands us, understands how we was brought up, trained to do this and trained to do that. He understands that, but he could clean that out at the same time. That's why he really not even worried about that. Read on.
It's our reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world.
And don't be conformed to this world, which is the main thing, because this world got a lot of tempting things in it, but it'll destroy the hell out of us. And it has been destroying our people. Acting like Jim Jones, acting like horse, acting like this, selling drugs, selling your body. Like, all of that is killing yourself in one form or fashion, whether you want to believe it or not. And if you don't want to be real with that reality of it, that same thing that you're doing, the Lord can kill you in that area. Read on.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
So be transformed by the renewing of your mind. As soon as you renew your mind and you change from the way that you think to thinking a different way, you become mature. You become a man. You become a man that's pleasing in the eyes of the Most High. Who can tell you anything if you're following Christ, which is so-called, which is a man of color? Who can tell you anything? The Messiah is a man of color. And God is what? Telling you that you're his chosen, and you following his laws, and you're making him happy, and you know what he says that's written, that he's gonna, what, love you, and he's gonna take care of you. So who do you really have to fear in society? That's why you shouldn't worry about society and follow the laws of God and change your mind. We the Hebrew Israelites, we come out here to teach our people, and that's what we're gonna continue to do. And we're gonna be out here if I get on y'all nerves, but guess what? I love you. I don't care. So the thing is, well, I do care, but I don't care if I get on your nerves. I do care about y'all. So the thing is, we come out here to teach our people the truth of the Bible, and we want our people to accept the truth and embrace the truth and embrace the reality that America's gonna die. The so-called blacks and Hispanics is the Lord's chosen people, and Christ is a man of color, and God is gonna destroy this country. So the Hebrew Israelites, we're done for the day.